Hey, have you ever wondered as a real estate agent, like, what am I paying my brokerage for? Like these thousands of dollars a month or a year that are like getting paid out to whoever it is, your Remax or Century 21 or, your independent broker. Like, what's that? What am I getting for that? Well, I know I did. I have several times throughout my career. And about 90 days ago, I made a big switch. I brought my whole team, got 16 people on the team and a couple $1 million worth of commissions and lots of listings. We brought the whole thing over to EXP Realty 90 days ago. And so I kind of feel like I have enough of a track record here with EXP to share a little bit of the good, the bad, and the ugly of the first 90 days over at EXP Realty. So today, that's what I'm going to share with you. Hey, my name is John Glutch, and I'm the team leader of the Glutch Group. And we, like I said, do a couple $1 million a year in commissions. I've got teams in San Diego and in Phoenix. And it's been kind of a crazy 90 days. There's a lot of work, as you can imagine, bringing over an operation of our size to a new brokerage. And so I want to share my kind of insights on how that's gone and walk through it. And, I think a good place to start is like why I did it in the first place. Like what was the decision-making process? Why bother? Because I was happy at my old brokerage. Like things were good there. Great group of people, great leaders. I mean, I had no problems at all. Great office space. It was all kind of working. So why leave? Like why go to all the pain associated with moving brokerages? And so I want to talk about that today. So let me just kind of tell you the story. First of all, I didn't move quick. It took me about a year to make the decision. I'm a very fast decision maker, but some people on my team are slower decision makers, and I wanted to honor them. And also just realizing that if I was wrong, I didn't want to make a mistake. I didn't want to spend a lot of time and energy wasted switching brokerages and then have to switch back. It just seemed like too big of a decision to rush. And so, I took my time on it because of our scale. It seemed like it made a lot of sense for us to do that. As I considered it, I wanted to make sure it was a win for the team, that they were excited about it, that they felt good about it. So I knew it would take me a little bit more time to do that. And like I said, I just didn't want to make a mistake. So let me kind of talk you through the three things that sealed the deal for me, or really four. Like why I finally decided to make the decision and why my team was behind it and kind of where we landed. So I'm going to explain those, like kind of the four reasons we switched, and then whether those expectations were met when I moved over at EXP. So I'll kind of talk about how those things ended up actually playing out now that I'm here 90 days. So first thing, community and collaboration. So that was a big element for me was, can I be a part of, and I was invited to, with EXP, several different events that were really, really fun. So like they had a live event in Vegas that I went to, several events in San Diego, one in Phoenix. And it felt like a really broad and wonderful community that really wanted to help and wanted to help make my business better. So like the initial contact I had with EXP was Jen Wayner in Phoenix, who's an absolute rock star, kept inviting me to these masterminds in San Diego because that's where I live. And no charge. It was all these incredible people, like really like high caliber people selling way more houses than me. And I was like, man, this is interesting. Like that really sparked my curiosity. I was a part of Craig Proctor coaching, which was fantastic. I was a part of Buffini coaching for a while. Like I love that community of getting around agents who are doing more business than me. How can I grow from them? But I had disconnected from those coaching programs for a variety of reasons. And I was kind of hungry for it. And so Jen just kept inviting me to stuff. And, as soon as I started attending these events, these masterminds, the trips to Vegas that had, where we had day-long seminars on how to grow your business. And I mean, it was just incredible. And more importantly, after the seminar, I'm sitting around like at the bar, the restaurant with people who were like, I were famous to me. Like I knew by reputation as being people who had absolutely crushed the real estate industry. So I thought, wow, this is like really incredible. Like I hope it stays this way when I finally join. I hope it's not, just like smoke and mirrors. The community was what really attracted me at first, the collaboration, the fact that I could grow with these people. Now, the second part was interesting, and it took me a while to wrap my mind around how this works, but that was revenue share, which is what EXP is kind of famous for. And it's this idea that whoever sponsors you, like whatever agent, in my case, Jennifer, introduces you to EXP, that person benefits when you sell a house. So part of the money that I pay to EXP goes to Jennifer. And then the people above her, like Dan Beer and Kyle Whistle and Chuck, there's all these people above us, 7 people up, who make a little bit of money when I sell a house. The money that goes to EXP goes to them, some of it, right? About half of the revenue. And I thought that was interesting and kind of cool because some of the people who had recruited a lot of people to EXP were making lots and lots of money, like like tons of money, like shocking amounts of money. So I'm like, well, that's interesting, of course. I was curious about that. But I, like most people, kind of wrote that off as like, well, that's great for them, but who knows? I got houses to sell. I got a family. Like, I don't know if I'm going to do any of that stuff. So why does revenue share matter to me? Well, the reason it mattered, it turns out, is because now Jennifer and Dan and all these other people have a direct incentive to help me succeed. So all these masterminds and events that were like free or very, very inexpensive were subsidized by the people who benefited from me joining EXP. So they were essentially recruiting events, but the focus wasn't come join our thing. The focus was, how do we make your life better? How do we help you sell more houses, grow your team? And that's way more attractive than like, I didn't need to be sold anything. Like, I was happy where I was. So what I really wanted to know was, can I join an organization that's going to make me better? And so that was kind of part B, was like the revenue share part was the second thing that was really attractive to me. Not only because I thought, the more I thought about it, like, hey, I could probably do this, but also meaning I could probably, have some people join as part of EXP and make some revenue when they sell houses. But it was incentivizing me to do that and for people above me to help me. So I loved the idea that we were really aligned, that everybody at EXP was in the same boat trying to sell more houses to benefit from one another. I thought that was really cool. I also thought my team could do well, could really crush it, could join and do a good job of sharing, hey, this is awesome. Like, we're excited about being in EXP. Do you want to come talk about it? You want to come to this event? You want to come with us to Vegas? Like, that seemed really easy to do. So it's like, great, this will be really fun. Okay, item number 3 was the opportunity to grow a lot faster. Because I was already in California and I don't have a license here, and the great state of California makes it real hard to get a license these days. I didn't really want to sell houses out here. I didn't want to get a license. EXP is a national brand, in fact, international. So I can sell houses in both places, run teams in both places without having a license here, which is amazing. So I loved that I could grow so much faster and that it allowed me to, scale up in California. Number 4 is the opportunity to grow my influence more quickly. So my vision, my mission is to humanize the real estate industry by providing a truly exceptional client experience that helps people find home. That's what our team talks about. Everyone's got it memorized. We want people to feel like people, not just clients, but co-list agents and buyer's agents and title reps and everybody. We want people to feel like human beings, and within like a couple weeks or maybe months of meeting Jen and Dan and some of these other people at EXP, before I had even joined, I was speaking at conferences that they were hosting and sharing on masterminds, and they had invited me to participate in these events, and it was working. People were like implementing the stuff I was talking about, and it was benefiting their business and benefiting their clients. And so I realized, like, wow, this is crazy. Like, the way this thing is set up helps me to grow my influence much more quickly. So now the things that we're doing to really benefit our team and our clients, other people can benefit. I can only grow my team so fast. It takes a ton of, capacity. To bring a new team member out of the Glush group is a ton of energy and work. To bring somebody onto EXP is a much smaller amount of work, but I still have the benefit of, because of the revenue share thing, being able to share some ideas and some tips, and we've got some scaled ways to do that don't require so much energy, but still really help them. And oh, by the way, Jen has some awesome things, and Dan has some awesome things, and I can plug them all into those things too. And I realized very quickly that I'm going to be able to grow my business and my influence at a much faster rate at EXP, which is such a big brand. And it's also, just growing quickly. So those are kind of the 4 things reasons I joined and the sort of expectations I had. So how did it work out? Let me kind of walk you through that. The good, bad, and the ugly. Let me start with the bad and the ugly. All right. So the options can be overwhelming. Like, it's, you've got a lot of things to figure out at EXP, because it's not just a broker who handles your deals and sort of passes paper and answers legal questions. Like, they have that, but they also have millions of other things. They've got 50 live classes, 50 hours of live classes a week, and all kinds of mastermind groups, and all these different revenue share groups, these people who've built these incredible systems to teach and train and equip all the agents who join as part of their group. So the people who join, who I recruit to join, they've got all the stuff I've created. But then they've also got the stuff that Jen has created and that Dan has created, and then Kyle, so there's a lot of stuff, and it can be very, very overwhelming, especially at first. It's like, what group is this, and how do I join this? And it took some time and energy for me to figure out, okay, this is where I plug in. This is where, based on my business, where I should slot in terms of growth, training, influence, all that stuff. So it was a little overwhelming at times. So that was rough. Second, bad and ugly here was I felt like I'm drowning in opportunity. Like now there's just so much I could do. Like I could share EXP with this individual agent over here, or I could share EXP with this big brokerage over here, or I could go help my team sell another house, or I could start a marketing system that's going to generate more leads for my team. But there's like so many things to do. And so it's a bit overwhelming again, and you're kind of drowning in opportunity. It requires a lot more focus. I've had to really dial in, okay, what lines up with my mission, with what I'm trying to do, with my personal goals for the year? What are the things, the opportunities I have here that are going to best align with those goals? So that's been the second thing that's been a bit tough for me. Number 3, because EXP has lots of ways to make money, it can be complicated. So you can earn stock for all these like various little reasons, like, you know, the first house you sell, and when you cap, and when someone who signs up under you cap. It's just all these things, and it's like, okay, do I have stock? What's happening? I don't understand. Like, how do I get stock? And if I do, where do I find that stock? And how do I sign up for the program where I get to buy stock cheaper than everybody else? It's kind of overwhelming. Same thing with revenue share. It's like, okay, I think that guy signed up with me, and so now am I making money, or what? It just takes some getting used to go, okay. And what I have found to be helpful in this is that a lot of the people as part of our group who've been here longer have been super helpful, because I was kind of trying to do it on my own, and they're like, no, dude, like, let me help you with that. Let's get on a Zoom. Let me show you where you can find all that stuff. But I was trying to do it alone at first, and it was really tough. Same thing with caps. The caps are different if you're a team leader, or if you're a team member, or if your team's a certain size. There's just a lot of variables. It's just not real. It's not real simple. So it takes a kind of a guide, someone to help you through the process. Another bad and ugly item is it's been tougher for my team to jump in. They haven't jumped in as fast as I had hoped that they would. And that's not a knock on them. They got houses to sell, so they're out doing stuff. Like I said, there's a lot of opportunity here, and they're really good at selling houses, and it's how we pay the bills at the Glutch Group. And so I want them focused on those things. I have found that it's much easier for me to focus on, okay, what mastermind's the best mastermind? What's the best resource for figuring out how to go list more houses? You know, should we talk to that person or this person about maybe joining EXP or maybe joining the Glutch Group? It's really my job to help kind of disseminate that and figure that stuff out. I was thinking it would just sort of be magic and the team would jump right on board and be just as, you know, available as me to do all these things, but that's just not the case. Again, it's back to focus. It's figuring out what is it that you want to do well? What do you want to do good at? Partnering with a mentor or a team leader or a partner to divide and conquer who's going to do what, and then really focusing. And then 5, I'm making this video during COVID, and we had these amazing events. It was a big part of why I joined, and now there's no events, right? We did have one amazing mastermind in San Diego before the governor shut us down that was like world class, so good. But I really miss some of the great events that we got to go to when we were considering EXP. So I'm super fired up for those to come back, but it's been a bummer that those have been gone because of COVID. But EXP has said in no uncertain terms, all the kind of corporate people, that we are going back to live as soon as humanly possible, because they know that that's the magic. That's the juice, is getting together with amazing people, growing your business. Okay, so those are the hard, rough things, the good or the bad and the ugly. Here's the good. The community has been so much more helpful than I ever imagined. Like the amount of time and energy that the people who have been talking to me about EXP, who recruited me, have given is crazy. Like they spend so much time with me, getting on Zoom calls, telling me which are the best masterminds to plug into, helping me train my team. I mean, it's just been crazy. I've been so overwhelmed with how much time, energy, and the amount of resources that these people have given me like never before. I've been a part of world-class coaching organizations, like I mentioned, that I loved, but it was never anywhere near this involved. I mean, that was like an hour a month with a coach. You know, this is real different than that. This is a full-blown collaboration, a full-grown partnership, and I've been blown away by how involved everybody has been. Number 2, I have made 10 times more money than I put in on stock. So at EXP, you can like sort of auto buy a certain amount of stock based on how many houses you're closing. And I just signed up for it when I just didn't think much about it. I just like, yeah, I believe in this company. Sure, sign me up. And I didn't really know much about how the stock thing worked. And one day I opened the thing and I had $12,000 worth of stock. And I'd only put $1,000 in of like toward my commissions. So I was shocked, right? Now the EXP stock is on a tear. It's crushing it. It just split today, which is good. So, is it always going to be running like that? I probably not. But in the meantime, it's a lot of fun, and it helps me to believe in the company, and it's just really cool that so much of the stock I have, I either didn't pay for or I got because of appreciation in the stock. So that's really cool. I didn't have any stock anywhere else I went. So that's been a huge surprise. And it's really kind of all added up. Another bonus is some of that stock I'm allowed to use right away. I could sell and go buy stuff with, but a lot of it I have to stick around for 3 years to actually get the stock, which is awesome because I'm not going to go spend that money. I have to wait around and see what happens. And I think there's a good chance it appreciates very well over 3 years. So it'll be worth a lot more 3 years from now than it is today. So I really love that. And I also love that it's kind of this built-in method of people want to stick around at EXP because they have a lot of benefit in being around for 3 years. I think that's a really cool part of the program. It's not like when you leave, you have to pay us money, which some brokerages are doing right now. That's super crappy. But it's, hey, we've got this great reward for you. We're just going to give you and stick around, and it'll be worth 3 times as much or whatever, who knows, 3 years from now. So really cool. I've been able to help far more people than I expected. And it's been much easier to have people join my group at EXP than I expected too. Like, I haven't tried at all. Like, I'm just, I shouldn't say that. I haven't made any phone calls. There's no cold calling. All I'm doing is inviting people to the awesome events that we get to be a part of and answering questions when people want to learn about EXP and people are signing up. I've got, a couple dozen people in my group now at EXP, and I've been doing this like 90 days. So it's really been shocking how quickly that has scaled and how much fun that's been, and how happy everybody is that comes over. It's been really, really fun. I did not expect that. And a couple of people I said earlier, my team hasn't jumped on board as quickly as I'd hoped. A couple have, and they're doing great too. Like, man, they're like blown away that all these amazing, agents they know were at a brokerage they weren't super happy with, and they found great opportunity at EXP are joining, and they're thrilled too. It's just fun. It's fun to help people change their lives, help them find. It's like knowing about the great movie, and you take someone to the great movie and they just think it's so awesome. It feels good inside to get to be a part of someone growing and enjoying their life a little bit better. Another big benefit is I don't have to do anything. So this is the fourth good thing I was surprised by. There's so many resources. Like, I could sort of do nothing. I mean, I'm helping and I'm on the phone. I'm doing it because I love doing it. But a lot of what I'm doing is plugging people into systems that already exist. Like, there's a Monday mastermind we have every Monday that's so good. It's like the best thing we do. I don't have to lead it. If I don't show up, it still happens. And all my team can still jump on and learn and grow from agents who are actually better at this than me. That's pretty awesome. It also adds a lot of confidence to my agents when they're sharing EXP with people. They can just say, hey, listen, go just jump on this. They don't jump on this mastermind. I don't have to lead the thing. It's already led. It's really amazing. So there are lots. That's one example, but there are lots and lots of those things that I don't have to do that are just awesome. And then last one, most importantly, I'm having a lot of fun. I haven't had this much fun in a long time in my career. It's just, I love new stuff, and it's really fun to be a part of something I believe in. I hope you can see it through my kind of face and voice and all that. Like, this is a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it. I really believe in this, and I've been super happy. Like I said, there's some downsides that can be overwhelming. You need somebody to help you kind of focus on the right stuff. But man, I just don't believe there's a better system on the planet for helping people sell houses. It's been fantastic. So couldn't be happier. And I would love to share more with you. If you've got questions about EXP, about why I joined, how my team likes it, any questions at all, fill out the form to schedule a consultation with me, or just shoot us a message on the contact page. I'd love to share any answers I have with you and walk with you through this process. So thanks for listening, and have a wonderful day.